Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening and good night.
Hello, good evening, and a good morning and good afternoon, wherever you're watching this.
Of course. So, welcome to TaleChasers on Friday. I am your DM of the day, Amber, and these are my lovely players. Say hello, lovely players. We're having a good time here.
Hello, lovely
Hello,
players.
having
We're
a
having
good
a good
time.
time here.
No, that's not what I. Can you sound less like I've got all of your parents kept hostage? What the fuck?
What do you mean, Amber? My parents are completely safe.
Please let me go.
Please don't hurt them. They did nothing wrong.
So anyway, it's been an eventful week in regards to the D&D landscape, but I guess we're still holding off and seeing how things are turning out. In the meantime, do read the OGL feedback thingy, and give your feedback.
Yeah, because it doesn't
Tell them what a
matter and they
shit job
don't
they've
read
done.
it.
Yeah, well, we're gonna tell them what a shit job they've done anyway.
Please
Yeah.
help.
At them on Twitter.
All right.
Announcements?
I don't have any announcements. Mark has the announcement that he's playing. It's such a momentous occasion that he
We're
gets to play.
playing.
That he has to announce it,
I am
so-
very happy that that I think, based on our schedules, the Calamica crew is going to go steady again. So that's a positive. We're gonna go relatively steady. The only date that we're not going to be steady is at the 4th of February, I think, and the rest up until the end of February we are hosting every Saturday. Which makes
Alright.
me
What?
In that case, you can watch our friends at Long Rest D&D tomorrow around 4 p.m. What time zone is this? GMT plus 1 or 2? I don't know.
Just GMT.
Business acquaintances.
No, I thought you were GM. Oh, I thought you started at 3 GMT.
It is 3 p.m. GMT.
Okay. So you can watch them at 3 p.m. GMT, which is 4 for the people who live in Europe, you know.
It
Us
also
good
stands
folk.
for Game Master time.
No.
in
Of
the UK
course.
wants to be fucking
Does.
special and
Yeah.
like not adhere to anyone else's schedule of time.
Literally. And when they're done, you can watch us at
Woo.
7:30.
Yeah,
Question mark. I know that. Hopefully
that
you're
is
at
correct.
TaleChasers again. Alright. Let's get this messy session underway.
Messy.
Just a little messy.
I feel like in my head is just all chaos right now, so just cope with me. I'm still in the middle of graduating. In a couple of weeks, all of that will be gone, and I can go back to doing normal session prep.
Amber can go back to full-time GMs if you support us on Patreon. No, I'm kidding.
But you must support me on OnlyFans.
OnlyFans, yeah. Amber's personal account. It is xxx_ Amber is a good girl _xxx. There you go.
Subscribe at the $100 plus tier. You will get a one-on-one session of D&D.
Of course.
Oh.
This one is reserved for Ryan.
I don't know about you, but I'd make that deal. That's a damn good deal.
Ryan,
I'd
it's
make
only
that deal.
$100.
You know, $100 is $100
There's
bucks.
nothing to Porcalypse certified men, so.
Dear God.
Oh yeah, fair.
That is true.
All right. So with my Patreon now drop out of the way and my my OnlyFans subscription tier also done, maybe we can hear a recap of last session.
Yeah, damn, who wants to give a recap?
I wonder if it's Gabe who admitted that he's not been keeping notes.
Well, he's
Is it
currently
Gabe?
muted.
I wonder
To
why.
Gabe or not to Gabe?
I too would mute myself if I knew.
Mhm.
Mark,
And
why don't
also-
you give a recap?
Yeah, I'm going to do this off of memory because I do not have memes of last session. Sadly, it was not very memeful in my opinion. But
No, you are correct. It was not very memeful at all.
it was not very memeful.
It was kind of shippable though.
It was
little
very shippable. Hashtag Oh crap! I forgot her fucking name. Vincent and the high elf lady
What do you
that has a
mean?
gun.
It's very Vim X Lawrence.
No.
It's a very
It's
weird
the-
ship, Lawrence. I'm
It's the
pretty
wrong
sure.
ship. Enemies to lovers. That's the ship we're doing today. No, last session we started out with the conversation with her coming to an end, and Zara's being dead on the floor. After her discussing what she needs to do and deciding to eventually come with us, Lawrence
Lawrence.
did the operation on Zarius.
I can do
with-
open heart surgery, apparently.
Open heart surgery, cut into his chest, put the dragon heart in there, which had reshapen and changed Zarius a little bit, only a little bit,
Means
you know, a little bit.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
like, a heart is like what percentage of your body?
Yeah, you know.
To reach 7 pounds, it's quite a lot.
Well, oh yeah, maybe I should make my character 7 pounds heavier.
Denser.
Denser.
Much denser.
oh.
Probably a shit ton more dense.
Well, I assume they are a lot more dense. Illicent,
Like you!
yeah. Illicent is the ship name. Let's go. But we decided to try and get back as a party with the threat of the Shadow Steel quenched. Make sure that it is not going to either blow up or, destroy the world.
For
we
now.
decided to go for now. We decided to go back only to kind of find out that that's going to be a long ass time of traveling because if we travel, so we wanted to get where is her name? Corvillia. We want to get Corvillia back to get us to send back. Did we get a message back about that? I don't think so. We didn't send that message yet, did we?
No, Toka sent the message. He received back a crunching noise, and then his message repeated back to him.
Yes, yep, that is what I remember.
He has the telephone.
Which means that we had to travel back by foot after we were all exhausted and taking a long rest. I don't think we went much further than that, did we? We were traveling back.
We were traveling back. And Crawley, in his new form, like a little, I don't know what, claw hand thing.
I mean, he's closer to like what the
he's
Xeno.
an insect, right?
Yeah, he is. It's closer to like the like just spawned form of the aliens from Alien vs Predator. Facehuggers, that's it.
Face
fair
huggers, yeah.
But yes, in his new form, he picked up the scent. Well, not literally, but yeah, he noticed that there was a corpse nearby, and it was going. I think it was going off in the opposite tunnel of where we kinda knew we needed to go, but we thought, why the fuck not?
Why not test that?
And then there was a bunch of Darrow there.
Yeah, I forgot that.
And then that's where we ended.
Also, no one voted for inspiration, so I don't think anyone gets it.
That's how it works.
That's true.
I don't give it to anyone. Agreed.
I mean,
Alright.
yeah.
I can't hear Etharis anymore, which is not a good thing.
I can hear Etharis.
Oh, the music started the moment the moment I clicked on the thing. Alright. Let me
Have we rested at all?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Not-
I
not
believe-
Since we've left the craft, I mean.
No,
I don't think so. We're just on our way.
because I'm not at full
Okay,
HP,
Just
and
double checking.
I only
You're
have.
nearing like the ending of your day.
And then we met the Darrow.
In that case, I can last 3 rounds.
That's what she said.
Damn, 18 seconds.
Mm-hmm. 18 seconds.
White.
Yes?
No, I said why, not white. Don't worry.
Oh.
I just
Why?
zoomed
Because I have
in.
3 spell slots.
I zoomed in on my map where I saw this token of the tiniest Darrow, and I was like, "That's a Tresim. That's not a Darrow at all."
It's almost the same thing.
She
I'll
fooled us
put it.
from the beginning.
I will put him back on the map, and you can see that he actually looks pretty
Yeah.
similar to them.
I believe you.
Where?
Are you hinting at something?
No, I would
What's the
never.
implication here?
I don't want to talk about it,
Okay.
See.
and I hope that's okay.
Sure.
I'm going to presume that you are all finished preloading, so I can put you in this map.
I'll
In a
allow
way.
it.
I hope my computer explodes at like the thought of doing something, but I hope. Let's see.
It's fine. Gabe is not even in Foundry.
Gabe is
That
not
is
even in
very
his
true.
final form.
That is also true.
Correct. You are the wrong size, and so I will
You
decrease.
can't
the
say
size.
that.
It's very fat phobic of you, Amber.
What do you mean?
He's right.
I
You
didn't
go around
say
saying
you
all the
are
right
too
sizes.
big. I said you are the wrong size.
Yeah, that's what they said.
I
That
think
is what you said.
that's not.
Yeah.
Stop.
Not
Alright.
mistaken.
I forgot to copy you guys there. That would kind of help with the whole
Immersion thing? Yeah, probably.
like immersing you into the scene.
I'm so immersed. Everything is pitch black.
Everything is once again black and white.
Right. So I once again maximize brightness.
So I once
There we go.
again Maximilian's Earthen Grasp my desktop.
No problem.
My desktop.
Is that
Oh.
a kobold?
Oh
Is-
boy.
Oh, that's not a
Are
Is that
kobold.
those
a rock gnome?
kobolds?
Those are Darrows.
I'm
Some of them
Okay,
look
but
like
do you-
rock gnomes.
Do you see the Trezim?
Yeah,
Look at the cat!
it's a very grumpy Trezim,
I
honestly.
want it. I'm going to kill
I
these
know
guys
this
for
cat.
their cat.
This cat is from Icewind
That's it.
Dale.
Oh
Wait.
man, are we gonna pick up another fucking familiar, bro?
I'm going to kill
worry.
this arrow
Icewind
for the
Dale,
cat.
you-
No,
I'm
there's
gonna
no cat.
fireball them all, so
Oh,
it's
why
okay.
is there no cat?
Because I accidentally pulled it out when I pulled out the Darrow stablogs the other day.
Now I'm going to kill these Darrow just for not having a cat. Fuck him.
Dragon moment.
My God. You hear the money?
Yeah, true, Zarius. These guys might have a nice hoard somewhere.
Oh, do they have money? Yeah, that is a good question.
I will answer your question in just a moment.
The money's
Bruh.
mine!
When they walk, do they jingle?
Jingle, jingle.
It
Full.
flows. I like to see you wiggle, wiggle. For
Oh,
sure.
show.
It makes me wanna dribble, dribble. You know.
You know.
Riding in my feet. You really
gotta
have to see it.
So, it would be nice to not get a copyright strike. Just-
682 in a compact.
No stat.
It's okay. We're changing the tones of the lyrics.
Is that what it is? I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure this
The
was
lyrics to
pretty
your own
one-on-one.
original song.
I'm
This
pretty
is-
sure White and I made the song, so they can't copyright strike
It
us.
was pretty one-on-one, one-to-one, like, for me, if you ask me.
Oh, thank you. At the same time.
Yeah, no homo though.
Alright. Man, this is really nice track that Derp gave me from but I'll use it next session.
Whoa.
I don't have access to it on this PC. I don't have access to Alestina.
That's fair.
Instead, can we?
We die instantly.
Alright. I mean, that is that's always a possibility, isn't it?
You heard her. Not my words. Her words.
Yeah, let's see if these
Know
guys
her
are...
words, and so do I.
Say goodbye.
Okay.
To our channel because we get copyright strikes.
Don't know what you're talking about.
By
Oh
two, by
no!
two different companies.
Yeah,
At
copyright.
the same time.
Dear God.
Man, I don't know, man. The copyright strike by Rick Astley's pretty.
I've already been copyright. Look at it, it's copyright struck for OGL 1.2.
They can't copyright
million.
strike if you just dodge roll. Like, skill issue.
Okay, here we go. Let us begin. The steely blue walls of the natural cavern are lightly dusted in a teal color in the places where they are touched upon by a green light that emanates from humongous ghost lanterns. Those of you who have herbalism proficiency know these mushrooms, and you've seen them before in the Enclave, though they are a lot smaller there. What you may initially mistake for equally large brown mushrooms instead appear to be the tops of small huts from which ribbons of smoke gently waft.
Oh.
Their architecture is primitive, and it seems to do little more than add decorative holes and protrusions to whatever wood substitute was used to craft these shelters. There are, however, these small black spines that jut up and out of the rooftop at pretty regular intervals, which kind of reminiscent of black steel spires, but they are far too small and well placed to be the real deal. And then there's also these tiny orange and red lights, fireflies perhaps, although you've never seen them in this color before, that dance around the space. The group at the center of the cavern, however, looks familiar enough to you guys. With their white hair, equally pallid, bulbous eyes, and gray skin, they can be nothing else but the creatures that you've encountered once before in Crow's Bend. Darrow. Their, we'll just call it clothing, leaves little to the imagination. It is a facsimile of above-ground clothing that they wear. These dark-colored wrappings and cloth that is swaddled around their small forms. Some of them are wearing this piecemeal armor that droops off of their shoulders, or strips of leather that has been tied in knots around their waist to mimic a belt. Their weapons are crude things adorned with feathers and beads, and they are composed of either stone, rusty metal, or the splinters of large bones. Now, the thing that they were surrounding before you walked in seems to be a small corpse face down on the ground, with rusty red stains running through the brown fur on its head, where a large dish-shaped ear has been nearly cleaved from its skull, and it's hanging in place by a thread. The lights in its beady eyes are out, but they have not been so for very long. The Darrow immediately turned their eyes to you and your enormous light source, and then kind of like cover their large eyes with their hands physically as they shy away from it.
I will simply say to the group, quietly, that we're just going to walk on through this and not bother with these people, right?
That's
them if they have
plan.
trade.
All right.
Yeah, no.
In that case, Lawrence will step forward with his big light source and make it even bigger, expanding it to its maximum range of 120 feet and focusing it down in their direction.
Jesus.
I would like to make an intimidation check as I step forward with the biggest fucking sun I can.
Pretty much the think fast meme, but it's Lawrence throwing you a lantern with 4,000 billion lumens.
Could I assist, Amber?
Yeah, go ahead.
I am assisting by walking with my scythe like it is a walking stick.
Amber?
Literally just looking at it like that.
Oh no.
Wait,
That's another copyright, baby.
I was about to say, what? The Catholic Church is gonna fucking copyright strike me?
Sadly,
Do
it's
it.
not from the
Fucking-
Catholic
I would
Church.
love that to happen.
That does sound like something the Catholic Church would do.
I
Could-
know.
Getting
could-
a fucking notification in my popper bar that
How
says,
many can we get in
Francis
1 hour,
would like to
guys?
speak with me.
I need to walk with Lawrence because I'm assisting him with his intimidating.
Okay. May I make this check, Miss Dungeon Master?
I'll
Alright.
stay towards the front too.
Fucking run,
We'll stay in the
motherfucker.
back.
Oh, now it's work.
Abandon all your gear.
Nice.
Lord, this you a pro.
You have advantage, my guy.
Wait, it's advantage.
Oh no.
Oh my god. Oh, what
Oh
an
my
shit.
lord! This is the
Lawrence,
funniest
Look
shit I've
me
ever
in
seen.
the eyes and tell
Tell
me
me what
that you
you
love
see.
me and everything's alright.
And that's
Singing.
another one. That's
By
for
your side.
100% any percent speed run. Let's go. Oh,
Oh my god.
Oh, I'm singing.
We're off to a great start, though. Damn.
Lawrence, you step forward, and before you even begin your... turn around, don't look at me, I can't do this. If I wanted to play IRL D&D, I would have had a fucking group in real life. Go out, go, don't look at me.
Lies.
The moment you step forward, all of them like pick up and like hold out their little weapons. Some of them like spears, others something that looks akin to a hatchet, and they just say, "Hun, hun, hun."
What the fuck does that mean?
I
Are
speak
they
back to them in the holy tongue of Celestial as
Oh
I
my
Doreme on them.
While Lawrence Dorimaze, was that Rowlish?
No, that is not Raulish.
Damn, that's
Southern
It is
Namekian.
not any language any of us speak, right?
I don't think it is a language that any of you speak.
what
no.
language is it?
They're not speaking
Oh
halfling.
no! No, they're not speaking halfling.
They're not speaking Eyes on Day?
Guys, where the fuck is this icon? I can't
What?
find the icon.
Gabe, what's eyes on day?
It's the language of water leviathans. They're not speaking that?
Yeah.
They don't speak water leaper either.
I thought you were gonna do an ice on these nuts or
Yeah,
something.
I was literally setting it up for you, but you just didn't take the bait.
Why would I do that
Eyes
to
on
you, my
these
dear
nuts.
friend?
Gabe, this is what you do. What the fuck?
You're a
Why would
traitor,
you
that's
say
why.
that?
Is it you're a traitor, that's why?
What?
But yeah, it's not a language that any of you speak as far as I know. It's a rare language.
Alright.
I want to catch it.
I'll speak in Draconic back.
I
in
want to
this case.
catch it, what?
I want to be the very
Jesus.
best that no one ever was.
I will speak to them in Draconic and just say, quiet!
Oh god.
I don't think communication will do us any avail. Why don't we keep moving towards the edge of the cavern and look as least threatening as possible?
Zars looks at you like, excuse me, I literally just did the complete opposite. You think that's gonna work?
Well, the complete opposite didn't work so far, so
They haven't attacked us yet. Doreme.
Amber.
really
I
feel
will
like
hold
that's
my
not
weapons
working.
out to them. Like,
Yeah,
you know, that I'm looking
they're
like I'm
holding
ready to
their
throw down.
they're weapons out, and like Lords, the closer you get, the like higher pitched their word "hoon" becomes.
The deeper and more resonant of the soul does my Doreme bellow forth.
Oh my god.
I'm back. Why am I being cornered?
Lawrence, I really don't think this is working. I think we should just
Doreme.
You just sound offensive.
It's useless to speak him when he's like that. I think it's the classical priestly holy fervor.
I
He's just
cannot hear
deafening.
what you are saying because I'm
Now,
simply
Amber.
Doreme.
Amber, I have an important question.
Yeah.
Does it look like they have anything valuable on them?
Stop trying to trade with random
Unless
people
you
and
like
let's leave.
garbage, I mean, no.
I know my garbage. Well, are people valuable? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Yes,
There
you
you
would
go.
know that as a dragonborn.
Oh
creature-
no!
From
Mutated
this
race.
close, you can see that the creature that is laying on the ground is a humanoid-looking rat that has been eviscerated.
Tocas is one of your kin.
Say that again, and I'm gonna throw you in the middle of him.
Tokas, it's one of your kin.
Since we're already on like copyright strike number 50, are you guys familiar, or all of you familiar, with the Monty Python and the Holy Grail?
Yes.
Mhm.
No.
Don't fucking lie.
That's not
Absolutely
lie. I
not.
don't know what that is.
Yeah, what's a Monty? Oh, wait, who's Python?
Isn't Python
Oh,
like a
these
coding
nuts.
language? What?
Don't want none unless you got buns, hon.
Monthly Python? What, Python has a monthly subscription now?
So anyway, in the Monty Python, there is a scene with the knights Husseini.
Yeah.
And it's just a
Do
bunch of
what?
people who are repeating the same thing until one of them says something different, and then they all repeat that. One of them at the back, the one that has the least amount of hair, he has like these little plumes of this wispy white hair that has been pulled back all the way to nearly the back of his skull. He might be the oldest one. Points his stick at Lawrence and stops saying he stops saying Hoon and he instead says
Oh no.
Allora. Hello.
He says ligma.
Sally! What up?
Amber, can I roll insight to
Wait until he
interpret-
finishes casting disintegration, and then you can roll in.
Oh no! I just want to ask: can I roll insight to see what their body language is saying more than their voice? Because I can't.
Yeah, sure.
understand Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go. That is a 16.
Amber, I was trying to figure out which one of these may or may not be a spellcaster because we literally had one of them fling firebolts at us in the past.
Yeah. I can say purely token-wise. he's-
I mean, yeah,
I'm about to say.
you know, I was kind enough to I guess ask.
What check do you want to make for that, Vittorio?
I don't know.
Roll that
Inside
arcana.
check.
Insight or history or insight.
You can tell that they are very unhappy with you being here, Zarius. And the moment you begin to pass them, as you like literally encroach on their territory, you can tell that the mood is beginning to shift from a fuck off to a hostile one. As they are growing ever louder.
But,
And,
I was-
like-
hey,
Some of them begin to like jump up and down as well.
okay, with that, I know we just made an intimidation check, but couldn't I look to this guy specifically?
And do another intimidation check.
Well, yes, and use my draconic presence on this guy.
No,
This
you
is-
don't. You're not gonna reroll intimidation on it.
Yeah. Then I am going to just keep stepping forward. Go.
At this
Lawrence.
point, all of them are calling out loud, Xali and Urop.
Yeah,
I don't even
Victorious.
know what those things mean, man.
Take
Could
out
I
the
make? Could I
Okay, I'll just
make a like I guess a language check or like a history check,
Linguistics.
a linguistics
Sure, you can
check?
try to make a linguistics check.
What check would that be?
Please roll
Prince
linguistics.
Ali.
That's like straight int.
Oh, I don't know if you want to start getting a strike from Disney. That might be a pretty rough one, Mark.
That one-
Stop.
Oh my god. Oh, 14. Okay, not too bad.
This is a rare language, Tokas, and it's a little bit hard to understand the intonations and the inflections here because nobody speaks this dead language,
These guys,
but these guys.
they're not dead.
For some reason, these tiny critters here, ye underground, are speaking a bastardized form of Orcish.
Ha. They must be orcs. Makes sense.
Yeah, makes sense. There's no
100%.
orcs out there, so like,
They are all in the mountain.
yeah, they're all tiny and in the
Oh, no.
mountain. Tiny mountain orcs.
Well.
Oh,
Bastardized orcish. Huh.
Most of the time, when there's a language barrier between people, it's better to express yourself with physical language. And I'm just going to like pull my helmet up over my head and then just kind of like lean it down, and I'm going to slowly take step backs and try and show the most kind of docile form of body language that I can, as I slowly take steps back. I recommend that you all do the same.
I'm gonna try and help Vincent by attempting to sort of sign however I can with the fact that we have to just, we have to move past. No interest in this. No, only here. No there.
With body language, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do this, but with the body language, can I do a persuasion check of like trying to say persuade them that we're not here to fight.
Sure, you may make an attempt. In the meantime, Ilmara's like sidled up behind you and she's looking at these things. She's making no attempt to either look hostile or like non-threatening. She's just like, what the fuck?
What the fuck?
Why are we even here?
Oh my god.
Massive 12. Good job.
Massive 12 indeed.
If you move the numbers around, it's a 21.
Think about it. If the dot was on the other side, that would have been a 9 plus 6, so that would have been a 15.
Think about it. 12 plus 14 is 26.
Yep.
So, with Lawrence moving on, like just pushing on through, Toka's trying to motion the, we're not here to harm anyone, and Vincent's trying to look as least intimidating as he can.
And Lawrence fucking chanting, Dorime! With
Dorime! And Zara's
billions
like,
in his
die,
lantern.
little creatures.
Yeah, Zara's
Omara's just like,
step up and you dead.
anyone gonna answer why we're in this room? Like, what we doing here? No? Okay.
We're moving past them. That's what we're doing.
But we were going the other...
Oh wait, yeah, you're
Alright.
right. Zara
Right,
turns around,
right.
it's like, you right.
We were going in
just-
this direction because we were following a corpse, and now we found the corpse, and for some reason we're carrying on forward.
I'm a little bit confused about, like, why, and like, and they're getting a lot louder, and I don't like it.
Okay. Then let's go back to the fork. We've seen the body. It's some sort of, and I'll peer over my shoulder as I look towards the center of this like weird creature that they clearly like chopping up. I'm just gonna be like, creature, animal. Yeah, we should.
Vincent,
rat
you
thing.
and Lawrence, oh, and Elmara as well, feel the first tremor in the ground.
That's kind of not good, isn't it?
And then everybody feels and hears it as a tremor becomes a rumble.
Oh no, Amber, don't you dare.
Guys.
If this is what I think it is, I'm gonna cry and
So-
run
Flash
away.
flood.
No, we have. What?
You know, I worry it's something purple and a worm. That's my fear.
No.
What's
It's a
the
rebel.
what's the reaction to the tremor of these guys? What are these guys doing after hearing the tremor or feeling it? Should I say?
The guys, like, all of them immediately go silent and run into their fucking homes.
Yep.
Fucking mad
Okay.
dad.
If they're scared, we should be scared, guys. Run.
Or we get red, or we get. Oh, that was easy. Or we get ready.
Or even better idea, since you just got eviscerated a couple of hours ago.
One
we
action
run.
is what you get as the ground begins to give away at the center of the room.
The
Dash.
dodge action. I'm already as far as I can be.
I will use a readied action to whip whatever the fuck I see if I think it is hostile. There we go.
Running. Okay. All right. Sure. I will prepare my action, I suppose. To yeah, I'll prepare the dodge action as well. Fuck it, that's a smart idea.
Correct.
Uh,
These
I'm
are all
behind
ideas.
cover. I take dodge action. I'm away from all of this. Life good.
yeah, I'm just gonna. It's
Did
over.
double check this.
It's over here, collapsing around the corpse. I imagine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ah, the corpse
I'll,
center is
touch as
attacking
well.
something much bigger. Of course it is. Of course.
Three.
I'm
Rises it.
They left it for us. That's nice of them.
I'm gonna get ready to smack something if necessary. I guess that's me.
So this is what you guys want to do? Alright.
I mean, ideally it would be dash action, get the fuck out of here. But it seems like most people are sticking around, so I'll stick around.
Because we ain't cowards, and we have a weird machine. Where's the
My guy, you were literally just intestines and purple and
Always.
pink mush not so long ago.
where was the weird thing that was following Amare?
Following Amara is always within like whatever distance it needs to be, which is like a couple of feet of her, I think.
So the weird thing that almost kicked us down is here as well.
Yeah.
Oh right. That makes me feel somewhat more safe.
I'm not sure why, but I'm glad that it does, I guess. Let me pull out my boy. I just need to.
It's gonna come to feast on the corpse, which would give us plenty of time to run.
No.
Of course.
If this is some fuck shit, I'm blaming you guys.
Now is not the time to point hands. Now is the time to have second thoughts.
That is my second thought.
Oh, what's your first thought?
Fuck.
Any last thoughts?
Fuck. I saw these guys run and I was like, okay, if these guys are afraid of these tremors, so should we.
The party's like, nah.
These
I
guys
ain't
have been
afraid
done
of
here for
nothing.
far longer than us, and these guys are afraid of it. I am as well.
Now I need to. I'm just gonna put this on another map because I don't actually know how. Oh no. You cannot switch scenes while you are still loading. Watch
No.
me.
Say less. We're still functioning off short rests, right? We haven't had a long rest, so
Yep.
we're all looking mighty fine.
Of course.
It's not as bad for me and Victoria, I suppose. But most of our things get to come back on a short rest, but
Yeah, not everything though.
no, exactly.
I still also have most of my stuff, surprisingly. That's the
Oh.
benefit of having died.
Instantly got clapped.
Since
Fact
you-
that you have
my guy
any resources. Fact that you're even
you
alive.
literally got put through a meat grinder, man. Like,
My god.
maybe Amber can't do this, so we can't fight it because it's not present.
Yeah, literally. Like, I literally seem to be unable to do this.
Oh no, what a shame.
Oh no. Damn, guys.
Epstein.
I guess we all got out safely as we ran.
Because you all stood around and got devoured as you. Stood around and got devoured. Because you just wanted to stay, so.
Gaming.
Stay and fight.
Yep. We're fighting for the XP, right?
Yeah,
Also-
sure.
Also for its guts,
If
no,
you
that's what we
stay
normally
and fight, you can level up right after.
Oh, wow.
Oh, fuck.
No.
I told you we should have run.
Yeah.
Fine, guys. We all just take the dash action in our next turn. We get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Preferably, I just take the disengage action, honestly, and then get the fuck out.
Alright, well, you do that. I'm gonna dash the fuck out.
I'm going to magic the fuck out.
And then I'm gonna bonus action dash the fuck out.
Okay.
90 feet in 9 seconds.
That's a pretty smart idea.
Vincent came this far through sheer survival instincts. If everyone else
Smart.
is running, so should we.
Okay.
And
Great.
you know what?
Fear, because we've been loading for so long that I'm just afraid.
Well, that was me. It was me struggling to load because I'm
It's
sitting
just
on my
technical
laptop.
difficulties. Don't worry
I
about it.
mean, yeah, I'm like, I'm several hundred miles away from my PC.
Then you should start moving.
Right? Alright.
Yeah.
The cavern at its center, right below this corpse, begins to concave in a very unnatural way. Or perhaps the outsides are simply pushing upwards, making it seem as though it is caving in. Regardless, the center where the little baby Skaven lies ceases existing, as with a rumble and a screech and the sound of crushing stone,
Ha ha ha.
the ground falls away, and a hole at least 15 feet in diameter sinks down and then comes right back up as a towering shape with many different legs grasps stone and corpse and drags it all into the center, where it disappears.
Oh, it's the Sharlock pit.
Sounds like it.
I wouldn't be
Sure.
surprised.
A Sarlacc pit.
Oh no!
Was exactly what I feared it was.
What's a Sarlacc pit?
Absolutely not. You are deceived.
Ember, I am not going to whip it. You know, I'm going to decide not to take it
No,
back.
it's too late. You said it if it was
Incorrect. You said it.
hostile. Yeah.
Said it.
No, you can
Said
always
No.
decide
Choose
not
not
to.
Shut up, Mark. We don't care.
No, that's how the game works. Sorry.
You don't know how the
Do you
game
have
works.
a license?
Right,
Do
Mark,
get
are you
it?
a pussy?
Nope. Yeah,
I am
never mind.
indeed a pussy. I just
Incorrect.
died.
You have a dragon heart in you.
Yeah, exactly.
I
You
tell you
don't-
to grow some balls, but
You don't
Don't.
have D&D open license. You can't tell us how the game works. So sorry, but I do, and so I can say how it works, and I have to attack it.
Smattering of dried old blood and stones go flying everywhere as the creature rumbles. And its jaws once again snap open after having devoured the little Skaven. It then roves its massive head around the room, which has got this prominent, like, a large bony plate on the front of it with 3 golden eyes peering out from beneath. Century worm has spotted you.
Century of what?
What do you do?
I'm gonna say, do we want to fucking run now?
I look at Vittorio specifically and just say, run or fight! And I hold my scythe out.
I mean, yeah, as soon as Vincent starts running, Victoria's like,
Lawrence says
No.
run, and with his passive persuasion score of 21, you are all convinced and you run.
So now we fight just to spite this man?
Yeah, I was gonna say, now I just want to fight it just to spite
Do it.
him.
Do it then. Do it right now. I dare you.
Well, how we're going to do this?
Where the fuck is Lawrence, by the way?
he
We are
somehow made
going-
it to the entrance.
Back to the skill challenge.
Congrats. you made it, skill
Oh,
challenge.
hell no. To the no.
We don't have to make it initiative. You guys can move in whatever order you want. If you can behave, appropriately.
First!
Let me move along.
First come, first served.
Why don't you just have barbecue chips? You literally have barbecue chips.
No, I don't.
No, you don't.
Wish I had barbecue chips, but I don't have barbecue chips.
I'm gonna pull out my little skill challenge
Wait till I pull up.
skills. All right. Now, would the first of you like to begin resolving the situation?
That's the spell. Run the fuck out.
I wish there was like a mass long strider spell. That would be pretty cool.
Windwalk.
Yeah, but it's like walking in the wind. Like you can walk on air, you know.
Mhm.
I don't need to walk on air.
I feel like the decision was to run away, so...
This is was the one right. We have to pick the first one that runs away. I think it
Well-
makes sense to like go in order of how we are in the map. Like Lawrence, Zarius, either me or Vittorio, Vincent, and Lamar.
I just realized, where the fuck is Tokus gonna go then? This thing can't just fucking yoink him!
I can also teleport and move 60 feet per round.
That is...
Telling you that we're doing this via skill challenge, so like,
Yeah.
I'm just trying to
I
think
don't
of
wanna
how
hear-
I'm doing this.
I'm running because I know that most of you are going
Yeah.
to run. I presume that at least.
No, I'm
Really?
gonna stay and
I-
fight and banish it. I'm gonna cast imprisonment at 3rd level.
I was...
cast Milk That Worm, 4th level spell.
Oh,
Please don't.
Oh, that sounds disgusting.
But we did
Uh,
it already.
I need
I like how... could I make an attack... I know that this is not normally how it's done, but could I make an attack roll with Thornwood to pull myself further ahead so I can move faster?
wow, this guy's using
Spider-Man.
grappling hook video game
Spider-Man.
techniques.
No, I'm asking because I have used it this way before to climb, but could I use it that way too? Or is there anything that I can grab with it? Is more the point, I guess.
I think he's Nautilus from League of Legends, man.
Yeah, I have done this before as Nautilus.
La-da-dee.
So sometimes I think this anchor just weighs me down.
Now we're
Another copyright strike by Brian.
We've sung like 15 different songs
No,
today already, so
But,
it's
but Amber, could I do that? I don't know if that is a skill.
Tell you that there are many things that you can just try, but like I literally this might just increase the DC, or it might just become automatic failure.
Okay, all right. Then I have like nothing. I think I have nothing to add to a skill challenge to run away.
well. You think about your resources as well. You know, it doesn't have to be like a skill in your skill bar. It can be.
Brandon,
you know.
how about you show him how it's
I was
done?
just saying-
Give us a
Tokas.
strong starting point.
Gabe, this was literally the only thing that I
You're
could
right.
imagine that does anything for movement.
Don't you have wild shapes? Can't you wild shape into something fast?
I have like 2 of them.
Literally outsourcing brain power.
Yeah, but you
Literally.
know, I'm sure a wolf runs faster than you do.
I mean, that is correct. Oh, wait, I do have something I can do. But I don't know, that's not a skill challenge. But Amber, I have something I can do.
Okay.
Are you ready for this? I
I'm
hope
not.
you're ready.
Not really.
I am going to turn into, where is it? I think I can turn into like a good horse. A horse somewhat.
Horse.
I am going to turn into. Is the path wide enough to turn into a riding horse?
This cavern it is, yeah.
I'd like to turn into a riding horse and to run away.
I'd like to underline the fact that she mentioned this cavern.
I know, but I can always change back. Like, for now, this gives me a speed boost.
True.
Ember, I'm gonna cast meld into stone on it and force it back into the stone.
Oh, that
Yes,
was
I
fun.
can actually
But-
do that right now
But,
with
but what skill check would that be? To turn into a horse and run away? Maybe have Tokas jump on my back, so you know he can.
You are the one who's proposing this challenge to me.
yeah. So
Okay.
propose a skill.
You may think about this. Ilmara is
go
going
for
to
it.
start, and she's going to use stealth. And go full cloaker.
Does she go invisible?
Whoops! You
Wait,
should
if
try.
Amara dies, I can steal a gun. Yes! Oh no, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Is she re-rolling?
But you're not.
With what?
I was
He
asking.
doesn't know fate.
I
What?
shall use my not expertise, I suppose that's the wrong word to use, but my proficiency, I suppose, with my lean ability and my fast movement in acrobatics to try and sprint to the exit whilst either dashing, jumping, vaulting, rolling, whatever it requires to avoid any attacks from this creature. Now I'd like to make an acrobatics check.
Very well. Go ahead.
Damn,
Nice.
nice. Oh no, I know what I'm gonna do.
Amber would actually no, that's not how we do this. Amber, I would like to grab the last vial of blood and slather it on a ration, and try to get that ration somewhere over here and make an animal handling check as to distract it with the scent of blood, I guess,
Creative?
to try and move away at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Does this sound feasible?
I know what
Sure.
I'm gonna do.
Okay.
I want to remind you, long
Yeah.
rest resources. Advantage. Short rest resources. Reduce DC.
Do spell slots count as long rest resources? Alright.
Let me check. I mean, yeah, I guess I can also use my action surge if need be. I don't know how that would work with this, but Amber, am I able to use?
DC because it's a short rest resource.
Okay, I will use that then. Am I allowed to get the benefit of my background talent, Beast Whisperer, whenever you make a Wisdom animal handling checks to train or direct orders to a beast? Well, it's not a beast actually, probably. So no, I answered my own
Not a
question.
beast.
Exactly, I answered my own question. It is fine. Well, I will expend an action surge
Might be
and
the world's largest earthworm. Like,
fair enough.
possible.
All right, I'll do that. And let's go. Animal handling. It is currently set to intelligence, which I can't change, so it should be at a +5 instead. So that should be a 14.
All right.
And I will do that as he just says that. Don't think this is gonna work, but maybe. Seemed like it went for the blood before. And then he's gonna, try and move out.
Well, I got an idea. Amber, I'm going to tell you my idea as well. Or do I? I am
You could also
going
not
to
tell the idea and simply roll.
I'm going to join Elmara and going stealth, but I'm going to first transform into a blue banded line spider and use my swing line ability to put myself on the ceiling. And that is where I'm going to hide.
Can 2 people in the skill challenge use the same skill?
No.
So
So you can use another skill.
God damn it, now never mind.
Why don't use acrobatics?
I don't have those things, so now it's back to the thinking table.
Table we
is
go.
good.
Well, I know what I'm going to do. I am going to use thaumaturgy to create tremors in the ground because this creature burrows through the earth. It's tremor sensing, so where Victorio threw that bloody ration, I'm going to tremor sense it. I'm going to make tremors come out using thaumaturgy.
Mm-hmm.
Which is the only time I've ever used this ability in this manner. In my
Spellcasting
entire
ability?
D&D career. Yep.
I thought as much. All right.
Yep. Nice, 22.
All right.
I want to turn that ration into like a boombox. The base cannon is in fact kicking it. And I just concentrate on it and make sure it just keeps emanating like big tremors right next to it to hopefully, like spin up whatever whatever sense it has. Like when you have a big light source right next to your face, you can't see the knife coming right towards you.
All right.
Let's give it a bap.
In that case, let's catch up with everything that's happened so far because we've gone in quick succession here. First, Ilmara and her companion step back and begin to phase into the wall, becoming one with it as she stealths. Which is not the greatest stealth check, but somehow a success. Then Vincent's like, oh shit, no!
That's me.
And he begins dodging and weaving around mushrooms and people, pole vaulting over Zarius, who's turning into a spider at that exact moment or something.
Damn, I'm a gangster.
As you also make a mad dash out of it. Vittorio instead opts to use his wits rather than only rely on pure strength or dexterity or, I guess, the benefits of a suit, and throws out a bloody rag, which immediately, as it touches the ground, begins pulsing with these slight tremors, this crackling of the ground. You can see the little rocks that were already scattered across the floor begin to shake and vibrate along with it. As Loris casts Thaumaturgy.
I'd cast Earth Tremor if I had the spell.
That's true. Cool spell. Not so many people take it though.
We rolled a 12.
I
I'll be
don't know
okay.
anyone has ever taken it. Not true. I played West Marches.
Next.
Try and intimidate it, but I don't think that's gonna go very well.
Have you not figured out what you're doing yet?
No! Everything I can do, people have done.
Doesn't mean you can't do it.
or will have no effect on this thing.
I might have an idea, finally. Could I roll a nature check in conjunction with a use of the Shard of Verkus's Heart's property, which lets me cast Meld into Stone once per day to figure out a optimal place to become one with the rock and disappear from the worm's range of detection.
This sounds like a complicated stealth check.
So wizard's way around the stealth check.
Yeah. Since I can't roll stealth.
Or you may try all things.
I mean, yeah,
Alright.
the check and is the thing a short or long rest thing over?
I don't know what that rolled, but this is I think it's a long rest. Every day at dawn, so it's a long rest thing, I guess. Question mark. Right. Let's go.
Nice.
As Tokus clutches this shining red shard of crystal and I guess close probably to Elmare somewhere around this cluster of mushrooms especially, which might confuse the worm a little bit. He goes to meld inside the stone and becomes one with it.
You still move? Or are you just stuck staying still?
I'm staying still. I'm pretty much stone right now.
Tokas is not leaving this cavern
fuck.
while everybody's running. Let's see. Elmare, Invisibitch.
Oh, jeez, she just cloaked.
Yeah,
No,
she went
he's
full
like-
cloaker mode.
She fucking absolutely bitched out on her stealth and she had to cloak. Unbelievable.
I mean, she did that to be. Yes, she did. She did cloak. Why wouldn't she cloak if she's stealthing? That's the smartest thing, the way to go about this.
Check.
These people relying on the technology, honestly.
Technically, I could have just hugged the wall and turned into a rock with my fucking.
Well, yeah, with your cloak,
Yeah.
because you also rely on your primitive
not-
technology.
So you're not allowed to
Primitive.
stealth after she
No,
did it.
exactly, I know. Which is why I opted for something wise, I guess.
I really have no idea what I even can do. Just
But you were
nothing.
shapeshifting.
No, because the things I can do while shapeshifting have been taken, so I can't do that either.
Yeah, I imagine it would be a charisma check to shapeshift because the spellcasting thing.
Well, no, this shapeshifting would have been wisdom check if that is the pure thing, but I wanted to shapeshift into one of my spiders that can literally just stick to the roof and just hide.
Why
I mean,
don't you
if it-
shapeshift into something from this place and make a deception check to try and behave like a creature from Blacklaw so that the worm loses interest in you?
Well, you know what? I'm just going to try and intimidate it. I have no clever way
What
of
do you
describing
mean?
it. I'm out
Let's
of
Right.
ideas.
go.
are you
Holy
doing?
shit.
I will use my resources, which is... Where is it?
All I'm saying is you better turn into an actual real fucking dragon if you want this to succeed, buddy.
You know what?
Well, he's got one step closer to it.
I have nothing I can do.
But
Here it is.
why can't you just do a spellcasting attempt
Because
to
that's
just
just a
shapeshift
stealth
and-
check with extra words or
That's the
deception.
point.
Yes,
of-
but it's not a stealth check.
But I feel like that's still just a stealth check using a resource, not like,
Okay, yeah, that's up to you.
you know, because if I just change it to an animal, I'm still out in the open where this thing can eat me.
Yeah, but what if you turn into a thing that he doesn't have any interest in eating, like a fucking tiny spider? Why would a worm want to eat a tiny spider? Especially if it's the size of a warehouse.
True. That is actually a fair
Sure.
point.
I'll still turn into the wolf spider and just exist, using a point of my ability to using my wild shape and then just making a short rest resource and then using a spell casting check.
I may be reaching here, but I just don't think this creature has the intellect to be able to know that you purposely, as this creature in front of it, shapeshifted into a really tiny one.
Yeah.
It would
I'm
just
going
probably
to-
think that big creature or medium-sized meal disintegrated for some reason.
Yeah, I'm going to like walk here and stick to the wall. Let's go. Yeah.
So we have a 10, 23, 12, 22, 23, and a 5.
Could be worse. We could be fighting it.
We could fight it, yes. Maybe it has more purple worm poison, you know, who knows?
It could indeed. I'll
say
be
it.
happening. What do you mean?
Don't say it, Amber.
Don't say what.
It could have purple worm poison, you know.
Oh, let's double check this.
I was thinking of using it, but then I thought, man, maybe purple worms are immune to purple worm poison.
But she never said this was purple. Gabe.
I know, but I
Yeah.
can't see it,
Sentry
so I'm
worm.
assuming.
No, it's a century worm. It's not a purple worm.
Mm-hmm.
Well, sentry worms can be purple in color, and I know that.
Yeah, I'm sure they can be, but it's not a purple worm.
Maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like a purple one's bigger than 15 feet.
I don't know. Well, it's probably not 15 feet long.
No, but I meant as in their like
Width.
token size, like large,
They're
huge,
same size.
gargantuan, etc. Oh, are they? Oh, I thought they were gargantuan.
They are the same size. Well, technically, they are in the same size category, which is, you know, anything beyond. Technically, this guy is also beyond
Yeah, good.
15 feet of things. But it
Yeah.
doesn't, for the purpose of this encounter, it doesn't matter because you are running away.
Correct.
You can move your token, Vittorio.
Oh.
There's no biggie. Trezarius.
I'm just on the top of the roof, chilling.
Mm-hmm.
Can I move mine?
Number of successes. You can move your token.
Yes.
One second while I confer.
Oh, this weather, guys.
Yeah, it's really raining worms here.
It's raining worms. Hallelujah.
Yeah, it's very close to copyright strike.
We can stack them at this point.
Oh,
I mean, we've already got Disney, so I mean, we're pretty much. It doesn't matter what else we do at this point now.
yeah, that is
Yeah,
true.
we already die.
It's very true, very true.
Any others that we stack on top of this now don't really matter.
Yeah.
So I guess we can just go to full hog and just go for it, you know.
Oh, I have to share with you guys something that I found today.
Welcome back.
Sorry, it takes one failure.
Wait. Oh, okay, because you rolled a 5. Cool.
Roll the 5, bro.
I thought you were like a 20. I'm like, whoa. What do you mean by that?
No, that was not a 20, it was a 5. So as you begin to turn into a blue banded line spider, the sentry worm turns in the direction of you and Tokas and begins to burrow his way through the ground, sending debris in all directions.
It's
You take-
underground.
And whether it is underground or above ground doesn't matter anymore. It is so fucking huge. There's little ways we are avoiding this creature. You take 14 bludgeoning damage.
Fuck's sake, how high is the ceiling, Amber?
Oh no. Fuck. Why did you have to go to the ceiling?
Because that's the safest place, you know, to stay
Oh,
out away
you
from
drop
rocks.
your tiny
You take
spider
14
form.
bludgeoning damage as a result of this failed skill check, so you can divide that between getting hit by rocks and hitting the ground. Like it's
Oh,
Okay.
it's not a
Jesus.
you take and you take and.
My face when we just brought Zarus back to life and he's dying again because he's fucking falling flat with his face on the ground.
That would be cool.
All right. I think that's everyone. Next round.
I claim stealth. There we go.
That was the next round.
Yes.
Going to do the
Well,
same
it's not
thing.
technically next round. We're still in the exact same skill challenge.
Oh, fuck.
There's more skills to be had.
I don't know. Is there? There's just more successes to be required. So
Okay, now I guess we go all the way around. Zarus, you're first.
No, I have nothing. Fuck
You
off.
have literally
You have
gained
access to every single skill.
every single spell.
I know.
Nothing's
but
been
I'm not-
taken.
No, it's the same skill challenge. All the things from previous rounds are still taken.
yep.
Oh fuck.
Still
Oh.
I have
going.
less options, not more.
I would like to
Oh,
use
fuck, I can't hear.
my
it.
enhanced perception, my great perception, to be able to call where the worm is going, as well as debris and other threats that might harm the party, and call out to the party should such of things threaten them, and so they can have some time to react, move out the way, and avoid them.
Is there anything you want to use? On top of
Perception.
that? Oh, I meant on top of that.
You're telling me I can use my short rest resources perhaps to get advantage, even though my short rest resources give me advantage.
No, you can use your long rest resources to get advantage. You can use your short rest resources to reduce the DC by 2.
Wow.
As long as they make sense.
Joke's on you, Amber. I've already been determined today. Which means I'm no longer determined. I'm simply perceptive.
Nice.
Go ahead.
Be perceptive then. Roll a natural 20.
I'm only human.
Have to roll.
Zero.
I'm only human after all. You put the blame on me. Don't put the blame on me. If you think about it, 2 times 1 is still 2, so that's a base 21 plus your perception modifier.
What?
It's mathematics. 2 is equal at saying 2 times 1. And the symbol for multiplications can be very similar to a plus sometimes. So if you switch it around a little bit, it's actually 21. Plus 6, so 27.
Yeah, and if my grandmother had wheels, she'd be a bike.
Should be a bike, yep.
Yeah.
Right. Is a intelligence spellcasting check available when a charisma spellcasting check has been used?
I mean, Zara's also made a wisdom
Yeah,
spellcasting attack.
wisdom.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't done yet.
Oh, my bad then.
Lawrence.
Hey.
That is a check. That is a result. Straight up, that's not a success.
Also, Mark. No, that's a short rest thing. Never mind. My bad.
Lawrence, the sentry worm tunnels into the wall below where Zari is climbed onto it, basically, where Zari climbed onto the ceiling, sending him crashing down, like first tumbling down the side of the sentry worm and then onto the ground. And then it tunnels out through the other side, basically bridging the gap between the cavern walls, smashing into you.
Damn.
Dealing 19 bludgeoning damage.
Yikes. That's a lot of damage.
Yeah, I'm pretty bloodied now.
Heal yourself, please.
I can't.
Oh, you're out of spell slots.
No, I'm helping my.
So like, it moved through like here.
Yes, it tunneled into the wall
I see.
here,
Long
and then
body.
it like basically began like just zigzagging through the tunnel.
Some of the worms on Arrakis can get several hundred meters.
Mm-hmm. Dune reference. We can't afford to be.
Was saying my Dune
copyright
and my
struck
Arrakis
as well.
not a good enough hint?
No.
My Dune.
Oh.
My Arrakis.
All right, let's see.
I read half the first book before I realized the quotes at the beginning are Paul's sister.
I don't read books.
Man's the true mastermind. Doesn't read books out of character. In character reads all of the books.
Yep. Pretty accurate.
I would like another ambience.
An ambiance?
Ambiance?
An ambiance?
Another tabletop RPG music? Yes.
You want another tabletop RPG? Alright.
Sometimes I'm just... Unfortunately, because I am so far away from Foundry, sometimes it just doesn't want to play the right track.
We are only human, after all.
True.
So don't put your blame on me.
Mm-hmm. I was actually thinking about this. If Lawrence becomes more and more based in Starchild pilled, it's like, Vittorio, you're the only cool person in the party. Why? Because you're the only human other than me. Everyone else here is a mutant.
I think Vittorio is also a mutant.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
about
he's
to say,
also a mutant.
Vittorio's
I think
also
Vittorio
mutant.
is the most mutant of us all.
No, you guys are like a different species. You've mutated that much.
So is Vittorio.
Nope.
Abhumans.
Nope. Not in my self-righteous perception.
He is a space marine, and that's okay.
Yeah, Vittoria is a modified human, not really a different species. So to say.
He's... Wait, so you're saying that he can become a space marine? You can just give him a suit of...
I'm saying I can't really call him a different species because that would imply that he would be able to have viable offspring with his own kind, which
Yeah,
is
that is
Maybe
bad.
I'm
not
a
really the
different breed.
kind. That's not really the. Anyway, at
They're
this
only-
point, the
Oh.
ground and the walls, the ceiling are breaking. They are shattering, turning everything into a difficult to maneuver landscape.
Ha!
Some of you are halfway on your way out, others are buried in the stone, yet others are still trying to worm their way past, no pun intended, this massive creature, which is slowly beginning to encircle all of you
This is pretty
and
bad.
squeeze any attempt at escape away and out.
Fighting time.
That's pretty bad. Is that
Yes.
a signal that we failed the skill challenge?
This is a signal that you are on the cusp of failing this skill challenge.
Indeed.
Man, I don't like cusps.
Um,
They're my least favorite.
precipice.
Well,
Um,
you wanted to do
The
something.
border,
right?
the edge.
Yeah. I had an idea. As my second contribution for this challenge, I would like to, as soon as I guess hear the worm, sort of dugging into my direction, or I guess this general direction, I'd like to, floop, out of the stone, give me a little boost jump from the wall, and I would like to cast Fly and hover in space so that I emit no tremors upon the ground, and push my magic to the limit, and basically change my tactic from wait until this thing goes away to absolutely fucking leg it. And I'd like to try and speed it out over this cavern by simply flying above the ground and avoiding touching any of my surrounding environment so that I am undetected.
Nice.
I could-
I'm going to take a piece out of your book.
I've been giving you pages of my book, and you have been refusing them, but I am happy that I gave you inspiration. I can roll a spellcasting check.
Gabe,
Can
like,
roll under.
for real.
Yes.
This thing has eyes, though.
Oh,
I
well, it's in
mean-
the ground.
It didn't even, like, notice
It's in the ground.
my
though.
tremor sense.
Maybe.
Oh, wait, is it in the ground?
Yeah, it's in the ground right now. So you know,
It
I'm
just popped out, right?
I'm
No.
just saying it was burying itself, burrowing around.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that while it's still in the ground, I can
It's weaving in and out of the cavern, destroying everything in its path.
yeah. So while it's busy eating rocks, and I don't want to make more tremors, I'm just gonna do that. And 60 feet of movement as an action is a lot better than 25. So yeah, I can do a Arcana check if you want, if I may be allowed, more like.
If you like.
Yes, that's pretty much what I mean.
Yeah, sure, that's allowed.
Thank you. Not too convincing, but I will believe you. Okay. Let me output the spell. Zoom. I fly and make my roll. 27
Huge.
as a tiny
Nice!
3'7" bullet with a aerodynamic hat just goes out of the camera.
Not sure how aerodynamic that hat really is, but I'll believe
It's
you.
built different.
Very nice. Can I join Tokas in doing that? In a different way?
You're gonna cast flight too?
No, I wish I had third level spells, Tokas. I really wish I did.
Damn, should have sold yourself.
Got level 2 in.
Don't cast flight.
The first thing I do is want to cast a healing word on myself.
He's healing his own words.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, for like the least HP. But then I'm going to wild shape into a cow. And you might wonder, why a cow? Well, because I'd like to make an athletics check. While we're running, I want to push all, like, not carefully, but like ram all the freaking rocks out of the way so I can make a path, forcing myself away, running through the rubble because I can't fucking fly, so I have to run through it. And I do that.
Very well.
Alright.
That's allowed.
I'm going to roll with the cow's roll because I'm going to fucking reroll that. I need a success, bruv.
The wild shape, short rest, or long rest?
Short rest. I have 13 now. Actually, I'm gonna check to be sure, but I think it's a short rest.
Alright.
Yeah, it's a short rest.
Alarius, your legs bulk up and your form contorts into a quadrupedal one. And soon you are a moo cow. Plowing your way through the rubble, the
No.
stone, everything that is like falling down upon your head and on your back as the Century Worm is destroying this entire cavern, this entire like tunnel system. Mukauzarius pushes through.
You just see a fucking cow that has like scales and shit move through.
Can't milk those.
Organ. think Zara's would look like a Gorgon.
Yeah, I think for sure he would look like a Gorgon, especially with the dragon heart. Like he would probably breathe like part of this gas out of his mouth as well.
Huge poison clouds wafting out of his nostrils. People grabbing onto you left and right as you run out of the place.
I do warn
Steve
everyone,
one.
I am now a cow, so whatever skill check I'm making in the future is a cow skill check. Just so you know.
I don't think
Food
there's
check.
many more chances of making more checks.
1, 3, 4, 5.
People can follow my path.
Alright. Does somebody want to go in for the last skill check, or do you want Ilmara to make the last skill check?
I think both me, I mean, I'm speaking for myself here, but I think me and Vittoria are both literally out of options. We don't have spells to help us and shit like that, so
Use
Unless
your
I can-
resources.
unless I can either persuade or deceive it from attacking us, bro, I got nothing.
Right.
Hey, you don't need proficiency in a skill, like, or an
No,
ability.
I
you
am
know.
aware, but everything else has been taken.
You don't need proficiency to
Just
fail the skill
deceive it that
challenge.
you're dead. Like, you know, you might not come out with us, but at least you're not getting eaten.
I could
I
run in the opposite
marked
direction
out instant
to
failure.
deceive the direction that we're going in, but I believe this tunnel is just one direction, so I don't think I can do that either.
Use your action surge to like run in one direction and then action surge back deceptively.
Oh yeah, that's all.
Torio,
I will
Akimo,
lower
I
the
heard you say
check
something.
Uh,
I heard that you wanted to say something.
well, no, I was mostly gonna say that I'm maybe survival, but I am unsure what I would actually do with that. I had ideas for other things, but they are not on the table anymore.
It's up to you.
Yeah, I
Do you
know.
leave your fate in the hands
Of you.
of this NPC,
The nip-
or do you leave your fate in the hands of the Century Worm?
What are you proficient in, Brandon?
I
Deception.
feel like
Oh,
our fate should be ours.
A whole whopping acrobatics, athletics, deception, perception, persuasion.
Athletics, deception, perception, and persuasion.
Like,
Oh.
if there was an alternate path whilst we're running, I would deceive its knowledge by going the opposite way, but that's not an option. So
Can I?
Oh, you don't have a lot of.
I got nothing, my guy. Like, I am the most bare bones sheet you've ever seen in your life. I've got attack, move, and attack some more.
Yeah, I was thinking about maybe two.
Do you know what your fighting style is?
Oh yeah, I can check now.
It's rather stylish. That's what I know.
Could I? Damn, could I do? Could I do something like using my survival know-how and expending a vigor die for either a quote-unquote fainting attack, or perhaps even using Igni to actually, yeah. Can I yes, here's what I want to do. I'm really grasping at straws here about why this would be survival. I would like to use Igni to light some I'll just fucking take some of my spare clothing out and take it into a bowl, light it on fire so I can throw it in its path, I suppose, like down whatever tunnel. Actually, yes, in the tunnel that it should come out of next, if that makes sense. And I hopefully hope that might distract it.
I don't see how this is survival.
Yeah.
If you're making an improvised weapon attack, that's something else.
What are you proficient with, Fers?
I mean, literally just survival, perception, athletics, animal handling. There's not much on the table.
We did animal handling before, right?
Yes,
And
that
we
was the
did
first thing I did.
As well as
Oh.
athletics.
Yep.
Well, I believe in you, Vittorio.
Yes, but I can't do that with survival. So I honestly have no ideas for survival. How would logically
I mean, you can
make sense?
make a raw strength check, I guess.
But our odds of survival would go a lot lower.
Hmm.
Unless you have like a long rest resource to use for it.
Not really. Nope. Let's just have my vigor. I have my second wind. But that's short.
Ah. Survival.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think these do anything. No. I don't think it cares much about wolf or deer pheromones.
I have troglodyte pheromones if you want. Troglodyte musk. Actually.
No, that's quite alright.
I think this thing might feed on. Here to eat. There are definitely troglodytes in this mountain. This thing would definitely eat a troglodyte.
I think this thing would definitely eat a deer.
Yeah, but it would be used to. That's.
The
I guess
smell.
that-
Yeah,
I
fair enough.
don't know. Maybe its sense of smell is like.
Um,
Then again, like this thing. No, probably would use pheromones. I think the dune worms use the pheromones. I think.
well,
They use poop pheromones. I forgot.
I'm out of ideas. I don't know if Brandon has thought of anything at this point.
Um,
It
I'm
was
thinking
fighting
about it,
style.
but I well, aside from that, I think I'm me
Yeah.
and Victoria are also kind of at this point evenly.
Yep.
It's only so we're quite limited at this point, I think. So I don't know. Like I said, unless we are in literally just a direct tunnel, right? There's no like forking in the path or anything. It's a direct tunnel that we're running towards. Because the only thought I have is to run in the opposite tunnel that these guys go in and use deception to try and deceive its
Hey,
direction towards me.
I might
You
have an
remember
idea.
you originally got here because you took one side of a Y split.
Yeah, I was wondering how far we are through that Y split. Because then I could go back to that Y split. These guys could go in the direction that we're supposed to go, and I could go back through where we came originally. And try and
Yeah.
deceive it by luring it, I suppose. I am quite the fast and agile boy, but I don't know how that far will take me. And for extra speed, I do have my wonderful roguish maneuver that lets me use my second wind to dash, and then action surge to dash again if I need to, and then normal action dash.
Mm-hmm.
So I could have like 120 feet of movement. But I don't know if you'll allow that to deceive.
I technically allow everything.
Is there?
Everything.
Are we far? Like, how far are we from that tunnel? Would it be like? I guess what I'm asking is, are we close enough to that Y intersection that would be possible, or are we still like a solid?
Possibility.
Okay, then I will add to it by trying to deceive the creature in the direction of the group of people towards me by shouting, running, and making as much racket. And if I have to, I don't know, throw some stones behind me at the same time to anger it.
Throw some stones at its eyes,
Yep.
and they pop out.
So that it follows after me, and I'll just use my deception to make it come after me. I don't know if that's something you'll allow for deception.
I mean, deception is it's either verbal or it's through your actions. So, in this situation, sure. Are you using any short or long rest resources to aid you in this check?
Yeah,
If I'm gonna have to really sprint it, then I will use action and then action surge, dash again. So I'll dash plus action surge dash.
Let's see how fast this worm is.
And if I have to, I will also second win bonus action dash.
Very well.
So technically, I guess that's 2 short rest things, if that makes for any difference. Alright.
Go ahead and roll.
Well, you do have your fate, so, you know.
Yep.
I have
your fate.
inspiration.
That's true.
You can only use inspiration before.
Yes.
Okay.
However, if you use your fate to reroll, you can then, you know, use your inspiration if you would like advantage, I suppose.
Then I shall burn fate. And also
Well.
use one of my inspirations.
You don't have to burn fate yet.
You mean use it? I hope.
Use it. Use it. Not burn fate.
Use it, whatever you want to call it.
No.
I'll use fate.
Yeah.
If you guys didn't have fate and you said I want to burn fate to like re-roll this check so that we don't all die, then I would allow that.
Burning is getting rid of it permanently.
I will use fate. I will also use one of my 2 inspirations to give myself advantage on this second. Wait,
You
that's not
have
with
to roll
advantage.
one more dice.
You have to roll one more, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because you
If
re-roll
this is a
another.
2, I'm gonna fucking lose it.
Okay, so no, that's a lot. That's a lot better.
That was pretty rough, but we got there.
We live in a
Thought
society.
for a second you were all fucking goners. As we sat on 2 out of 3 failures and 7 out of 8 successes.
Not even close.
Oh, with screaming and shouting, Vincent takes the way, you know, that you guys came from, and the sentry worm in all of its massive size doesn't just tunnel through the place that you came from. It literally just worms its way through the existing cavern, chasing after Vincent at a speed, at lightning speed. I think it can move like 100 feet.
Alright, yeah, I'll burn everything to go at 120 then.
Yeah, he could move 100 feet if he so tries. And
As
so
we get
desires.
to the Y intersection then, as we're all running, I'll just turn back to the guys and say, I'll catch up with you all later! Run! And I'm just gonna keep running in the direction that we once came from.
I'll follow Vincent in that way.
But after the worm?
What legs?
No, with my 60 feet of speed per turn, so I can actually move at 120 feet, and I will go chase after Vincent so he doesn't go die in the ditch.
That's all I'm yelling.
Left behind. Ilmara is like running away with the people. She will cast Pass Without Trace to give this group a chance of hiding, while the others are deceiving their way into getting rid of the Century Worm. And so we have Tokas and Vincent subway surfing through the tunnels as it's not a police officer but a Century Worm that is chasing them down. But they stay out of its clutches.
Don't worry about it. Now it's just a 2-man skill challenge. We can do it.
I have the entire party
Skill
holding
challenge
their
to Electric Boogaloo.
I have literally nothing left.
That's exactly why I came with you.
You came. He came.
That's the only part you
I
took out.
Surprisingly, I can actually outrun it. Somehow. By 20 feet.
For one turn.
For one turn. For 6
Oh,
seconds.
Feet you're not gonna have.
Because it's gonna eat them. It's gonna eat your
So,
feet.
so who's where? So we are everyone else like
Everyone else
The
is
others-
fine.
All the others are out of the way, down the other tunnel, going to the path that they have to. Vincent and Tokas are flying / dashing their way through the tunnel that you came from, just out of reach of the Century Worm.
I'm gonna look
Before
at
the
everyone
next-
here. Oh, good.
You look at everyone there, you moo because you're still a cat.
No, I was planning on doing that. Like, I nodded the direction and I say, moo, moo.
Moo 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 moo.
I was like, what the fuck is he talking about? Nobody speaks cat.
Lawrence leans down to
Moo,
him
moo.
and empathetically understands you.
I'm an empath, you see. Vincent the Doga, the moment the worm starts getting close, like you can feel yourself slowing down. Maybe not Tokas, but definitely Vincent after burning most of his resources, and you can see all of the like scuttly, like thick. What do you call these things that it has in his mouth? It's not feelers. It's not really teeth. They're not teeth. You know, like the pedipalps that a spider has. It has like fucking 10 of those that it just uses to grab food and just drag it
Mandibles?
inside. Yeah, they're kind of like mandibles. And his mandibles like fold open and reach out towards you, like splaying out like a beautiful flower.
Lovely.
Neck.
There's a moment where there is another tremor.
Oh no, another one.
I got a hand.
Vincent's out here looking like he's an asthmatic. He's like,
It's me.
Ground gives away just behind you as another shape, dark blue in color and glittering like the midnight sky, tunnels up in front, blocking off the entire path for a moment and having the sentry worm impact that form as well. There is a explosion of force that sends you to flying back several feet.
No pun intended.
Yeah, no pun intended indeed. As these two shapes collide.
Worlds collide.
And then it goes silent.
You would not believe your eyes.
The path where the other people have gone to is still blocked by what looks like a huge scaled surface. I don't think either of you have light sources right now, so it's just
I
just
have a
massive gray.
tiny, like light bulb automaton on my shoulder, if that counts.
If it is still providing light,
I do believe so.
then yeah. In that case, you see that the surface of these scales glitters in a blue color.
Does it look like a wall? Does it look like a body of something?
I mean, it definitely looks like it's like a body. I mean, it's definitely a scaled body, but it's so huge that the entire tunnel, like a 20-foot diameter, is just filled up by it.
It's a burrowing blue dragon.
I hope dragons are not that big.
is it just staying still? Is the noise and everything just calmed down and it's just kind of staying there in the middle of the way now? Or is it still like a huge ruckus and we're still seeing the thing kind of whip and move? Or is it like completely subdued?
The wall, the scaled wall, is not moving at all, but you can still feel the tremors of the other worm behind it.
The hell? So on
the
this
other
side, yeah, I was gonna say, go on.
On the other side, the party sees the end of the sentry worm, its big long tail, squiggling and like thrashing left and right.
I pray. I throw up to my hands and knees and I pray for their safety.
Are we like
Lord,
aren't we like 120 plus feet away from these guys, or?
Yeah, you are.
Oh,
You're
I'm
very
surprised that they can even
worm.
see us at this point, to be fair. But oh yeah, I guess
Oh,
the
you can
worm.
just see the
Yeah,
end of the
sure.
worm.
You can see the very end of the worm. Yeah, that makes sense.
They just see like this huge fucking like like a can of spam, except it's a
Oh,
worm
no.
blocking the path.
Right.
I'm gonna look at everyone here and say moo. Look left to right from from Vittorio to Lawrence.
Yeah, we're going to have to move. I don't know why the fuck that thing stopped.
The cow nods yes.
Merciful Star Child, please guide them on their way, and return to us safe of harm and way.
Yes, I fucking hope that they are going to be alright. Can't do anything from here. Mm-hmm.
Moo. I look at every
Exactly.
direction we can go in. Then
The
tilt
only
my
way is
head,
forward.
and then I say moo. Moo.
Prince nods, stands up. Very well. They will return to us, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can just go forward then, I guess. It's the only way.
Yeah, I will throw it forward as the cow.
Is Ilmara and her consort here as well?
Yeah.
He gets to pass without a trace, so we're stealthy.
Wow,
Mm-hmm. Stealthy as cow
that's
in
true.
the
Stealthy
mountain
as
right
cow.
now. I hope you're not afraid of Albroza.
I'm afraid of everything right now, Amber. I'm very honest.
Moo.
Yeah, Victoria just throws a glance back towards the tail end of the worm. Has a scowl on his face, but yeah. We'll start heading in the direction we need to go.
And I waggle away.
Okay, St. Vincent.
On the other side of the wall,
On
The
the
first
other
thing-
side of the huge slabs of meat.
I have to ask you a mandatory question, Amber.
Yes.
Did any scale or piece of it drop on the ground as this thing was impacted and
Hit it
erupted
with my power sword.
from the floor and the walls and everything else?
On this side of the creature, no. Also, if any of these scales fell on you, you would be crushed.
So there are huge scales.
Yes.
Can I make a history, nature, or arcana check and figure out what such huge creature with bluish glittering scales could be?
Sure. You may.
Which one of them would you like?
It's more like a legend, I guess.
History?
Sure.
Does that mean that because I
Oh,
have, done that, do I have advantage on this check?
Yeah,
Since
sure.
Let's go, baby! Okay. I will shoot myself in the knee right now. I can't believe that. So excited.
Bam!
My excitement
You
died.
still have your fate, or unless you used it.
Use a very important fate point to reroll.
Did we get any fate back recently, or
I didn't say
Oh.
you didn't get fate
Yeah.
back this session.
Unless otherwise stated, you get fate back.
I will use my fate because I consider this very important.
Fate or no
Okay.
balls.
In that case, I need to pull out a.
Well, wait until I roll shit again, and then I roll
Okay.
2 10s. I don't know what's up with this game. I think the algorithm is here to fuck me, but that's at 18, 20 if my artificers are lower capital.
What is Artificer's Lore for?
Let me tell you right now, unironically,
Me
is
unironically
this
looking.
a magic item, alchemical object, or technological device?
I don't know. Do you think it is?
It's magical, and if it's dead, it's now an object,
Oh,
and it might be alchemical, as there's many alchemical reactions inside a creature's body.
Jesus
Right.
So 20.
May the Star Childs guide you.
May the Star Child guide me as well. Jesus fucking Christ. I'm just waiting for this to load. This may take like 5 minutes. Do 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 do. To the very next day. It is a creature. But it is not an object. Ah, there we go. Go to the
Alchemical
correct
object.
page.
Maybe it's
Alright.
technological.
And then the serpent rose high, as if reaching for the sun itself, and spoke thus. Dwarves and gnomes, you will bear the name of guardians, for such is now your duty and your nature. You will live below the earth's surface and protect her from chaos and its minions. Now pledge yourself to this duty. Swear by earth and stone, and the blacksmith's favor will be with you. And so they swore, and so it has ever been. Excerpt from the Blacksmith's Creed, translated from Rowlish.
Damn.
Protector.
You guys just killed a gnome.
No, I don't think this is a gnome.
Protector of the underworld. The Shuts is a living legend. A snake of proportions unfathomable, with stony skin, eyes like jewels, and fangs as sturdy as marble. There is no doubt that there is a connection to the elemental powers of the earth. It feeds on rocks, swallowing them up and crushing them inside its powerful stomach, after which it spends several months in peaceful, digestive drowsiness. It can, however, not digest all manner of stones, and because of this, its entrails are actually said to be full of precious minerals which line the inside of the body. Whoever could overcome such a creature would probably find themselves insanely and extremely wealthy, and also the target of fierce animosity because, you know, it's kind of supposed to be like blessed by the old, you know, Rowlish gods.
So about that, now that they're all dead, you guys wanna like take a long rest around here and then, you know, give it a nice go, you know, check it out.
Us who are moving on.
Fighting the elder serpent, to get some nice 24,000 carat diamonds. I'm not against that.
I mean, if you want to rest, you can rest.
Don't worry about it. We can't even coordinate about it because I'm out of spells.
That's what I mean.
But
You can. We do not exist for you right now.
I have a picture of it.
Oh yes.
Do you also have?
I kind
Perfect.
of want to see if there's any like pieces of the scales that dropped on the other side of this creature, though. I'm very interested.
Good fucking lord, what is this thing?
Oh, that looks like the.
That looks like it's so good, such a good boy.
It looks like Jormungandr.
Is this a fucking Jormungandr of Black Cobra? Like,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Is that now literally called the treasure, Amber?
Yes.
What? Yeah, but yeah, it's called a treasure.
A treasure? What?
The
The
treasure.
treasure.
It's German for the treasure.
also
Oh.
known as moon scale.
Nice.
It is actually the subject of one of my first prompts for writing in Promptober.
Nice. I like it. Picasso. Now I want to generate it with AI. Damn. Well, that's
Of
lame.
course.
Ah!
Mm-hmm. A low rumbling wail. Literally like the sound of whales.
Does it speak
Resonates
Icelandic?
through stone. Does it speak the does it speak the
Yeah.
language of Leviathan?
Does it speak Icelandic? Is it big, right?
Let me double check.
He's like the rock. He's like solid water.
Oh no, its language is not Leviathan. Its language is primordial.
I speak primordial.
I am
Man, hello,
sad.
Mr. Serpent. Fancy to meet you here.
Mm,
I'm out here trying to
I'm just a
re-put
funny
my
guy.
lungs back in my chest, and this
Very
guy's having a
cute.
conversation.
Very nice.
Very nice.
It's okay. I don't
This
think.
this form of primordial, like at a creature this large, the sound is so drawn out that it takes nearly an entire minute for it to express it literally expresses dissatisfaction. Like a physical
Oh.
discomfort.
Oh well, because like a bull, like a 120 feet sized bullet hit him in the side. I would probably feel bad too. Damn. I guess after a minute of Tokus just hovering in the air and looking at this thing, it looks back at Vincent and says, "I believe the worm is dissatisfied."
Really? Oh, this is fucking wonderful.
Now, well, it's not exactly wonderful because it's Do you know of it? At least the myth behind the shots.
Yeah, of course I do, yeah. Of course I do.
Well, then you know that it's probably better not to speak too loud, lest you want this mountain to fall on itself.
You
Though I
know,
don't think you will.
it's like 1,000 times our size. My voice probably is equivalent to the sound of maybe rain hitting against a bottle.
I do wonder if it can hear us. It's gargantuan and buried through stone, but well, I sadly can't speak like earthen elementals do. I emit no tremors.
I'm just glad that it saved our lives, if I'm honest.
Well, is there still like rumbling from behind the giant worm?
It's quieted down.
Well, either the worm impacted the shats and probably died, or this giant protector of the mountain probably killed it. I suppose it's extremely lucky if you count the fact that not only we survived, but also we got to witness such a majestic creature.
Yeah, it's a incredible phenomenon. Mm-hmm.
Tuckus pulls out a notebook. He starts taking notes of this giant thing, like size of the scales, luminosity of the scales, brilliance, pigments.
Where's your pigment?
This creature, if you had to like appraise this creature, it like just a patch of skin that you can see now is invaluable. There are moonstones in there like the size of you.
That is so cool.
We'll say though, it is pretty, and I'll observe what I've seen Lawrence do a couple of times, I guess, and I'll fake a prayer. I guess I'll put my hands together and be like, "Thank you, oh mighty, glittering blue serpent of the mountain, for saving us."
It's called a Schatz.
That's what I said.
That I don't believe.
Glittering blue serpent, yeah.
I suppose that's true.
There you go. I've seen Lawrence do that a couple of times. We did something good, right? That's something to do with gods or whatever.
That child.
You might not be that wrong. And Tokus like floats down, and he does a similar thankful gesture. Thank you, Moonscale, for saving our lives.
Very cultured. However, our good old friend here, which I am eternally grateful for saving our lives, is now also blocking our path.
Well, the options are two. Either take a rest and wait for it to move on,
That is a fantastic idea, and Vincent will sit himself down.
or I could attempt to talk to it. And Tokus turns around to the serpent.
Sure, yeah, I don't see why not. It saved our lives, and if it wanted us dead, it would have killed us by now, so sure. But like I said, don't get disheartened, Tokas, if he doesn't answer. Our voices are probably like an ant trying to speak to, us.
Well, there must be a way to communicate with it. For sure.
Most likely. Maybe it has a resting place or something of the kind. So you won't be speaking to, its ass. As he points to like this random wall of scales.
It could be its ass, it could be its
Could
neck.
very much be talking to its ass, yeah.
Sadly, I can't travel through stone like a worm does, but I guess it's not useless to give it a try.
Well, I need to put my lungs back in my chest after that sprint, so go for it. Knock yourself out whilst I take a breather.
Well, it's the safest place to rest anyways, so do take a seat. Also, Tokus tosses you a wand and a pouch tightly closed down. Keep them with you in case you'll need them next time.
Wand and a pouch full of... And I'll open it.
There is what looks like glittering silver dust inside it.
So you gave me a stick and some sand. Okay, yeah. Guess I can use these.
Please don't call them a stick and some sand. I already regret it.
I just really don't know if I'm going to use these,
Well, the sand will make you fly, so I'm
Okay, I'll keep it in
pretty
that, and I'll pocket it.
pretty sure that will be useful. The wand lets you replicate a simple trick, but a very versatile one. It's not unlimited, though. Its magic can be depleted, so be careful with how many times you use it.
I'll just blink a couple of times.
It means that if you use it too much, it will blow up.
He'll leave it back out towards you. That sounds good to me. You can have that back.
Feel like his eyebrows raises a little bit. Huh. Alright, well. Takes it back. Now, stretches his hands. Time to try my best. And he sort of hovers over to the giant serpent and puts a hand onto the body of the giant snake. And yeah, I'd like to try and talk to it. I have proficiency in Primordial, and I could possibly, by the use of prestidigitation, create sensory effects to the likes of tiny vibrations, for the spell is not that strong, but I can attempt some sort of communication with this serpent, or so I believe.
You can sure try.
I would like to try. Tokus will place his hands on the body of the snake and begin slowly chanting the words that escape his mouth in Primordial. It is not Dorime, sadly, but he says, "Hearken unto me, protector of the mountain." And then he waits to see if there's any response.
I feel that it's outside as you lay your hand upon it is as cold as stone. Although it thrums with life beneath. But there is no response. No acknowledgement of your words.
This is not the end. Could I make a history check? Try to scur through my memories and see if there has ever been anyone or has ever been conceived a way to communicate with such a large giant.
If there's ever been a way to communicate with literal titanic creatures.
Yes.
Sure, you can make a check.
All right. Just to confirm, do I have the advantage granted me by the
Yeah.
feature? Okay. Thank you, Blacklaw. 25.
Because you remember that they would use things like Vib's figure to literally speak within the minds of others. Though, like, that's not even like a huge difference because the size difference between caretakers and giants was not humongous.
Yeah, that's why.
But sometimes there's just no other way to communicate with a creature of such titanic size.
So the only way would be telepathy, but you would need to be very close to its brain, I suppose.
I mean, there's telepathy, there is any other form of communication that directly enters the user's mind rather than, be that the message spell, be that sending spell, be that Rari's telepathic bond, which is technically also telepathy, but across long distance, I guess.
I have an idea. And I don't like it. So probably not gonna do it. Well, after a little bit of waiting, Tokus turns around to Vincent. Right, well, it seems like our giant protector here cannot hear us, and well, that's how I expected. But perhaps I might be able to communicate with it once our rest is at an end.
Well, can't go anywhere until this thing moves out of our way. And like I said, don't be disheartened by it, buddy. We're just almost tiny creatures that have almost no significance to such beings.
No, I am the opposite of disheartened. This is actually a God-given opportunity. I wouldn't say God-given, since they're mostly dead. A luck-given opportunity. Have you ever been able to rest nearby a titan from a primordial era and study it? I don't think many in our current generation, nor hundreds and hundreds of previous one, ever had such privilege.
Oh, I agree completely. I have never had this privilege.
Are you good with a pen?
Yeah, I can write.
But can you draw? Or sketch, I suppose.
Sure.
Right, well, then you shall be my scribe. I need to more documentation, at least as much as I can. I don't think I'll ever see this creature ever again in my entire life.
Okay, yep. And scribes scribble, right? That's why scribe is the word.
That's pretty much what they do. Though I guess you'll have to, draw a little bit, but it doesn't have to be beautiful. And Tokas will fly back to Vincent and dispel his magic as he will sit down and slowly begin to give out to Vincent some parchment and ink pen, and he'll start trying to study this creature, at least a small portion of it that we have available to us.
Very well.
I shall do my best.
I also have a tiny. Yeah, yeah, that's true. No, I guess we'll have to wait.
All right. Other group, you are just trudging along.
Yeah, I think we are.
I-
You no longer have a navigator.
Yeah, I had
Have
something
Tokus.
I would like to do.
I also
Yeah.
have the map.
Correct. Well, you don't need a map because there's no map of this place.
Yes.
Yeah, that's Vittorio.
As we have gotten a little ways away, I'm gonna take out a little guy, a little stuffed guy. I carry in my backpack.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna take out a stuffed bat, and I would like to feed this bat a hit die.
Okay.
Whoa.
Mhm. And I'm also just double checking with you. It is words and not seconds for this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
Very well. Then Vittoria, he's never used this, but he knows how to use it. So yeah, he's just gonna feed it a hit die, I guess, like he would, like put it in a vial or something, like you would normally do, for the various vampires and what.
Vampires Among Us.
And then he's just gonna look at it. Well, no, he's not gonna look at it, but he's gonna say that he's thinking about Tokas, and he's like, "It's Vittorio. You guys alive? Can you get out?"
Guessing only thingy hears that, right, Tokas?
I don't know if it even works. See
Oh,
what
I see.
Amber says.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the bat at the moment.
It should be in my inventory.
I'm pretty sure he takes out like a tiny scroll and begins scribbling it down.
Oh.
Like the bat. It like very stiffly begins to move and pulls out its tiny size calligrapher's kit and begins to write what you said, like what what you're thinking or saying. And then it like rolls up the scroll and eats it as well.
Okay.
Me IRL.
And that is when they receive the message.
Is it 9 words? How much was it?
Yes.
Now the question is, Amber, is it in my voice or is it in someone else's voice?
Hey, are you guys okay? No, it's in Vittorio's voice, don't
Oh.
worry.
Okay, good.
He wrote it in a very masculine handwriting, so like, you know.
Damn. Very masculine.
Is this something that we can see that's coming to us and speaking, or is this like a voice in Tokas' head, or?
He's addressing Tokas, and it's in
It's in my
Tokas' head with the
I
sending,
see, okay.
with the sending spell.
And Tokas will respond after a bit, saying, "We will rest here and speak after our rest."
Alright. That's what you receive back, Vittorio.
Okay.
As the bat regurgitates the letter and the replies on the tiny scroll.
Damn, is that a scroll for ants? I'm only kidding.
The bat bites you.
I didn't say that. That was out of character. There
Yeah,
was.
out of character, make the bat bite you.
Oh, okay. That's good to know.
One psychic damage.
Damn. Out of character, of course.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, thank you. No, okay, he looks at that and is like, alright. Well, seems like Toga's and Vincent are alive.
Our prayers are answered.
Well,
Actually, at this point, I'm back at a normal person size.
Do you uncow?
I mean, it only lasts an hour because I'm a level 2 druid.
Yeah, but you can uncow.
Yeah, but I've been a cow until it ends.
Yeah,
Why?
he likes being a cow. Let the man be a fucking cow if he
I'm
wants
just
to.
asking why.
You're being very
Because
judgmental.
He gets to he
I'm
never
asking
got
a
to
fucking
experience.
question.
He never got to experience being a cow. That was his first time becoming a cow.
Very
He
well.
wants to know what it is like to become a cow.
but
Hey,
that's
Pretty
that,
chill.
that's fair. But what's it called? Yes. Fuck. I almost lost my train of thought there.
Fuck.
It's like, well, depends on how you look at it. They're apparently gonna rest where they are. So yeah, that means we should try and set up for a rest as well. Honestly, don't know what happened with that creature, the worm. But
Hopefully it's staying away.
and apparently they got out alright at least.
Yeah,
Let's-
I hope the staff is okay.
Fucking prick.
Just kind of looks at you. And it's like,
not very empathetic, sorry.
No, I hope they're okay too. I just hope that the very expensive magic item is fine too.
Sorry.
alright.
I want you to consider this piece of information very carefully. Are you ready?
Tyrus looks
not-
at you like, what? Ready for
I'm going
what?
to tell you a piece of information. Are you ready? I
Sure.
need you to consider it very carefully.
Yeah.
You cannot put a price on life.
Zarius looks at you, it's like, yeah, I know that.
It
I'm
has
putting a
no
pri-
price.
I'm putting a price on a magic item, not
It
Tokus's
has
life.
It has no price.
It has no price, Zarius.
It has no price because its price unquantifiable.
Zarius then just like thinks, well, I can ask Amon. He probably knows the price of a life.
No.
You say there's none.
That is something I want to ask Amon. Now that you mention it.
Zarius. Which is more valuable? The staff or life?
Zarius looks at you like,
Which
mind
has
you, I'm-
more value? I need you to tell me this, Zarius. It's very important.
They're very different. A life has different value than a magic item.
You're not answering the question, Zarius.
I
You're
am.
debating. No, you're debating with me.
I am the head follower of Amon, the god of the circle of life. I know what a life means. If a life is supposed to end, it's supposed to end. But you know,
Darius,
it shouldn't end before
Don't
its
lie
time.
to me. That little girl is.
Yeah, it's true.
What did
Tara
you
is
say?
#1 follower.
Tara
Oh,
is
yeah.
the head of the faith.
Oh, yeah,
what do you
yeah, it's
mean?
like-
Don't lie to me.
Zarius is like, yeah, okay, fine. Tara is the number one follower.
But I'm like #2.
But I'm high up there, okay? You know, I know the ways, like Amon taught me, the ways of respecting life, but they are very different values.
Yeah, because one is unquantifiable and one is quantifiable.
No, both are quantifiable.
Then what's the price?
Well, you can compare a life to a different life. You know, save 1 life or save 5, then you quantify life and its value compared to itself.
Life has no value, Zarius. Because its value is unquantifiable.
That's not true.
I understand that it's difficult.
We've
You-
killed people before. If you really say life's unquantifiable, you wouldn't kill anything, because you would be committing such a grossly misdeed that
Sorry,
wouldn't
sorry,
be able to
sorry.
come on.
You are confusing our lives with the lives of monsters.
Not all things we've killed were monsters.
That is true.
So, how do you justify killing something that unquantifiable then, if that is your opinion?
Why should I answer your question when you instead want to debate mine?
Well, that is to see what your point is on that and that stance. I of course want Tokas and Vincent to be okay. That's priority number 2 or number 1. But priority number 2 is to make sure that the expensive stuff is also fine. You know, we can't just find a second staff in a random cave again.
It's a staff, Cyrus.
Oh, what did you say?
It's just a staff.
It's a very expensive staff.
How much is it worth, Cyrus?
Well, give or take, you know, 2, 3, 4,000 gold.
I pull out Mara, my beautiful girl that has the ability to appraise items. How much is the staff worth, Mara?
What staff?
Exactly.
What? Daddy loves you.
For Mara.
Right, Mara?
We're not here to debate this. We're looking for the way back. Or are we going?
Girl.
Are we going? Like I look at Vittorio. Are we going to
Debate
go
this.
back?
Ooh, you're right. We're not, Mara.
We're not here to debate this. Daddy loves you.
Ooh, double right. Ah!
You're the one that started debating this. Sorry,
Ah!
looks at you.
Don't yell. Zaris, don't yell at me. None of this frustration that you're taking out on my familiar here is really of any...
No, that was aimed to you, not your familiar.
Why are you yelling at me? What have I done?
Because I said that we're not here to debate this. You said that Mara was right that we're not here to debate this, but you're the one that started debating it.
I'm pretty sure I asked you a question, and then you started debating my question. And then you still didn't give me an answer.
Sorry, I was just looking at you like, fine, you want an answer? If life ends, it ends. You know, normally.
That's a fact.
So, put a value on life is grossly immoral. Yeah? All lives are equal in the end.
Life ends. It ends. Wah.
That's right, Mara.
That's right.
Parents and children.
Who's
But
parents?
can we now please just focus on the important things here? Either
Oh,
finding
I can't
Tokas
feel
and
my legs.
Vincent, or finding the way back.
Or Grumpy.
Well,
Yes, he is.
we
very
should
grumpy.
find a place to.
I died like couple of hours ago,
Oh, and you're alive and kicking.
and I got
but
ripped
you're
out of the
complaining.
very nice mediocre heaven place.
Oh, well, I'm so sorry for performing open heart surgery on you.
No, I'm very grateful for it, but please, can we just get on and getting back? I like to rest for like a week.
I see.
I died.
That's right, Mara.
I died. I went to heaven now. I'm not coming back. I like it here.
Bye bye.
Sorry, it doesn't sound like that. Oh, I know, Mara.
I look at Vittorio. It's like, Vittorio, are we fighting our way back? Also, you haven't spoken to me like ever since I was back alive.
Because I fucking hate you.
We should find a place to rest.
We've been very busy. Don't
That's
take
what
it out
they're
on Victoria
doing.
Just
No.
because Mara is slapping you around.
What?
Mara
Are you
is
trying
hopping
to
up
breed
and down.
conflict?
Mara is hopping down excitedly. I died. I got ripped out of the place.
Ooh, I guess you did in a way, Mara.
Vittorio,
Yes,
how's
Oh,
finding
it's
the thing
okay. Put a bit of corn for my poor little
As I
familiar.
said, to try and find a place where we can also rest nearby, preferably somewhere off the ground.
Yeah, I agree.
Hammocks. We should make some hammocks.
Whoa. Fuck, did
How
this come
else
from?
can we? How else can we rest off the ground? Or in a cave?
Focus, what is the meaning of life?
What?
What is the meaning of life?
You're asking me?
Vincent asks you.
Oh, he did. Sorry, I didn't see it.
Along the lines of, so,
It's be like what?
I don't mean to interrupt our little, scribbling session here whilst we ponder this wonderful glowing serpent of glitter in front of us. But since you're the smartest person that I know, what do you think the meaning of life is, buddy?
Fixes his glasses as he turns around for a second. Huh. That's a strange thing to ask, but I suppose a near-death experience would probably prompt such a inquiry. Well, first of all, you have to remember that no matter how smart or how intelligent someone is, questions like these don't have a specific answer. They have a very personal one. I believe that life has a different value for everyone. For an evil tyrant that wishes to achieve a greater goal, perhaps life is worth less than a pebble. For someone, maybe like Lawrence, life can be priceless. Most fundamental thing that cannot be forsaken no matter the odds. I've seen him do crazy things. One time he tried to cure the wounds of a man who swallowed glass, and he was in a really bad shape. Sadly, none of us were chirurgeons and aren't still, so the man sadly died, but it showed how much Lawrence cares about these things. I think, personally, that life is very important. Its meaning escapes me as well. I don't think there is a reason why people should live, or if there is a reason why people are alive to begin with. It's sort of a coincidence. Something started this great cycle that set in motion. It even stopped at one point when the caretakers landed on this planet and killed every form of life possible and then recreated it. Why do you think they recreated it? I believe it's because they thought as well that life was important. After all, a planet without life is just a rock. It's a simple star without, nothing else on it. But I think life gives meaning to things. Life gives change to reality, to the universe, for things rarely change unprompted. And I think living creatures are probably the most marvelous thing I could attempt to study. And he turns around to the chats. Even this thing here is a life of its own, a immensely powerful life, but one nonetheless. They take different forms, they take different shapes, but all of them bring something to the world. Even the most minuscule ones, the ones that think they don't really matter in the grand scheme of things. Well, I believe that the grand scheme of things is simply a gargantuan puzzle made of very tiny pieces. And each one is just as important as the others.
Huh. Interesting.
What is your 2 cents on it?
Mine? Huh.
Yes, you talk a lot about freedom, and I have a feeling that freedom and lives are pretty intertwined.
Yeah, I mean, Mitchell will put down his parchment and ink, lean back, cross his arms behind his head. I think it's too difficult to think about. So, in my opinion, the meaning of life is to... Yeah, that's it. To leave it in a better place than we started with. We can go into this world and then come out of it, or die, or whatever ending we meet. If we just did something that made it slightly better, yeah. I think that's the meaning of life. To just leave it in a better place than it was before us. It's simple, and I don't have to think about it much.
Well, while that's very commendable, I do wonder, why would you do such a thing? If the meaning of life is simply to leave the world a better place than, well, you left it, then the world would keep improving with each person dying and leaving it better than how they last saw it. But who are we making this world better for? For more people to struggle and make it even better? Who is the ultimate creature, or I guess the ultimate people that will enjoy this world that so many people have been suffering to make greater and greater every time?
Your children? Oh.
Well, you see, that's what I mean, Tokas. I know, push down on your hat as usual. I think you think too much. Sometimes it's just as easy as that. We just make it better for the next person. And that's it. And eventually, I guess we'll be in the best possible place that we can be.
He kind of lifts his head up with the big hat pressing down on it. Well, I mean, I understand. Simple answers are sometimes the best solutions. But then I do wonder, what will happen once the world has reached its perfection? Once it's good enough, I guess, what will be the meaning of life then?
To live happily. And he says that with a very confident smile.
Togus thinks about it. He opens his mouth, he closes it. He puts his hand through his goggles for a second. I guess that's a satisfying answer.
You know, everyone has kind of their ideals of life, don't they? You know? Whatever they want to achieve. Whatever makes them feel better and safer. You know, like Lawrence with his Starchild?
Yes, you got it right.
It's working!
You know, for him, that's his kind of meaning of life. His God provides him a meaning of life, or a path to walk upon. But I guess it's not the definite one. But I guess what I like about him is that he kind of does the things that he feels are right. So, whatever thing, gauge, or whatever it is that gives someone a purpose, as long as it's doing the right thing, then yeah, I think simple answers are the best ones.
You know, sometimes you say very deep things without realizing it. And sometimes, yes, well, sometimes I also discover new things that I didn't think I'd realize myself. Thinking about a simple answer for such a complicated question might be impossible. Because if you consider it, many people throughout history of, well, the existence of our world have done things because they thought them right. So did Emperor Thancred and Leopold and many of the Burakian emperors decide to wage war against the entire Etharian population. For they thought, led by the gods that are no second to the Starchild, they thought they did the right thing. So in a way, it's, I wouldn't say hypocritical, but it's a very dangerous thing to act out of our own righteousness. Because our righteousness can be someone else's wrongs. This was demonstrated more than once in our journeys as well. We saw Adisvain tried to collapse the entire mountain because his righteousness spoke of annihilation, not only of the enemy, but of lives as well, which he simply calculated as a, well, risk, I suppose. Casualties worth more than the entire planet. In that way, he chose to sacrifice hundreds of thousands, if there are so many inhabitants here, for other millions of lives. And in a way, objectively speaking, it wouldn't be extremely wrong to save more by sacrificing few. I think if you can act on your own righteousness with a simple mind and strive forward without doubts, I think it's a very commendable thing. And that's also why I kind of admire you in a way. I like how simple you think, and I like that you have a wish, a desire, and that moves you onwards. But I would like you to keep in mind that sometimes one must think about what they do. Because righteousness can be blinding. And sometimes, where there is too much light, you won't be able to see anything else.
Well, thank you. I think my way of looking at the world is, I suppose, quite simple for some, I guess. But I appreciate it.
Well, I appreciate you as well. Sometimes I do tend to overthink, and you have showed me that a lot. I suppose we travel together for these kind of reasons. We are still younglings, young seeds that need to sprout. Helping each other in that is, well, our best course of action.
Young, spring, and still plenty of time to grow tall.
He looks up at him.
Right,
Yes. Yep. 100%. I've heard that dark elves stop maturing at the age of 300 years.
Oh, that's good. I'm only 70. Do you think I'll get much taller?
Oh, I bet you'll get extremely tall. If we go by no Mendel's laws, then if your mother was also very tall, you'll probably be a giant. I mean, I'll probably be pretty tall as well. My father was extremely tall. He rivaled some dwarves, I'll have you know.
You see him with a really cheesy grin across his face. Hell yeah. I'm gonna be tall. And then people can stop looking down on me for being such a short elf.
Togus puts his hands on his hips and kind of mimics your cheeky smiles. Hell yeah, I gotta be tall as well. And then people will stop looking down at me, period.
Well, that's true. Maybe one day you can come up with a spell that makes you, really big.
Maybe I'll come up with a spell that turns me into a giant.
I believe in you.
Thank you.
So, have we figured out a way out to move our serpent friend here so we can get back to our friends? Because knowing them lot, I'm assuming that there's definitely some sort of bickering going on, and Vittoria's definitely grunting at the top of his voice. If you hear it quietly, we might be able to hear him.
You know, if we had Vittorio and his grunting could probably be translated into primordial, maybe he'll actually be able to communicate with this thing. But alas, we have to do with what we have. I have a little plan. If I can take a sit and, well, restore some of my magical prowess, I have some spells that work via telepathy. Pretty much, talking inside your brain. So, if I am able to do such a thing, then perhaps I could quickly communicate with the serpent and ask it to move. Though, I did tell Vittorio that we'd be resting here for a while. He sent me a mind message, similar to what I wish to do. I told him that we are safe and that we'll be taking a breather behind this giant wall. And to be honest, it's probably the safest place we could find around. I don't think many creatures of the mountain will dare to approach this massive titan.
I don't agree more. Well, yeah, sounds like a good plan. You speak to it, help it, ask it politely to move out of our way, and thank it for saving our lives. And then we can go and save Vittorio from probably a headache.
Let's hope that he survives the time it takes us. And yeah, Takas will sit back down and begin. I guess we'll begin our long rest if it is time.
Long or whatever. Yeah. Resting time.
Longest rest, 5e.
Let's hope it's not too long of a rest. You know.
I think that's probably a good time to close off session then, with both halves of the party, a snake between them, a snake in the grass.
Nah, I don't think so.
Goddamn Dutch people.
With a snake. Daar zit een oddertje onder het gras. Oké.
There's a snake in my boot.
Why
Yes,
are we
what?
speaking halfling?
No. Mercy.
Sounded like
Little
Abyssal to me.
Little snake in the
No,
grass.
yeah, but
Oh,
that's
wait,
because
I can-
halflings speak abyssal.
Wait, Zarius can actually be like this. Wait, let me think of
Oh
something.
no.
No, we're not. This is probably a good moment to end off session. Both people.
No, I
both
don't think
parties.
so. No.
Yeah, well, I don't care what you think. So, like, you know,
Split up the party.
Don't
if I
you
cared
know?
what you think,
If I cared what you
Hmm?
think, I wouldn't.
there wouldn't be
host you.
session because I would be too self-conscious.
Damn.
Damn. You
Yeah,
heard it
you're
here.
right.
You heard it here first. She doesn't care what we think.
No, I do,
so-
and I feel self-conscious already. Okay, like
okay.
Amber.
I've been experiencing the DM load that I get after a session sometimes since the beginning of session.
Cover her with
Oh.
insults
Amber,
because she
you did
doesn't care
great.
about what
I
we think.
like your sessions. What I don't like is me, falling on my ass from the roof of a from the roof.
You
Of a...
went off jail
Not
free
concealing
from
yourself.
that.
That's
Why are
true.
you complaining?
Very true.
Anyway, with both of
Yes.
you moving in for the long rest, it's a good time to sleep.
Mm-hmm. Thank
It's
you.
a good time
Sleep.
for us to sleep as well.
Thank you very much for hosting, Amber.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Yep.
being here.
G-
Check my updated Jace art. Thank you.
Oh, I will definitely do that. And yes, thank you, the viewers, for watching and sticking around and listening to our shenanigans. We will see you guys at the normal time next week, if everything goes as it should.
Yeah, it's the last week of me before graduation, so after that things should return to normal again, I hope.
Hell yeah.
We hope.
Alright.
We hope.
Right.
hope.
Very well.
Victims of fate.
Alright.
Bye bye, guys.
Bye bye.